Now, Tony Perkins, he's the president of the Family Research Council, one of the leading evangelicals in the country. Tony, great to have you with us. Let's talk some pragmatic politics here. This investigation, the reopening of the investigation into Hillary Clinton, one would think would be of immediate, extraordinary help to the Trump campaign. Your thoughts?
Well, first, keep in mind this still is the Obama administration Department of Justice. I hope we might see maybe a grand jury convene to look at the evidence that Comey was making reference to. I still don't trust the Obama administration. They have this Department of Justice has overseen corruption for 8 years and done very little about it. However, I think it's a major game changer. I mean, the question now is, will Hillary be in the White House or the big house? I mean, who really knows? But it's not going to affect her supporters, okay? They've been a part of supporting.
I get that, and I know that that's sort of the talking point right now of the left. But I have seen some pretty amazing reactions today on the part of those who do support her.
Well, maybe
they're
some,
anecdotal, I admit.
They're on the margins. Look, they've supported a corrupt administration for 8 years. Where this makes a difference, Lou, are those people who are on the fence right now. This is a major red flag because we've seen what lawlessness in our leadership at the top of the nation results in, chaos in our communities. We've seen it for the last 8 years. It also, I believe, should affect those evangelicals who are sitting on the sidelines saying, look, this is a choice I don't want to have to make. Look, we need a new administration that will go in.
They don't want to make a choice. I mean, come on.
I have no patience for that because we have, in part, we have made this mess because we've not been involved in our political process in driving getting behind candidates who reflect our values. But we're now with a choice. We're choice between someone who is clearly connected to corruption and someone who, we have some questions about character.
So
but
how do you explain the people who have been never Trumpers knowing damn well that their choice to abstain or to favor a third party or to withdraw entirely, they're trying to deny that that's not a vote for Hillary Clinton. Corrupt across the board, and you and I and they know it.
Well, today, the curtain was pulled back, and so there's no question about the corruption. Granted, we don't know all the details yet, but this is unprecedented, as you've been talking about, for the FBI to reverse itself. So they now know that if they do not vote in this election, or they stand out or vote for a third party, they will be assisting one of the most corrupt individuals who has ever been in public office ascending to the White House.
Will that inspire evangelicals? Will that bring them back to the polls, which they abandoned in 2012? In all honesty, they were not present and accounted for and helpful in 2012.
Yes, there were many that did stay home. I do think it will. I've heard from pastors across the nation today who have called and responded to this, realizing how deep the corruption goes. And look, when justice sleeps, corruption roars, and we will see more of this.
Could anyone be sleepier than Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan, in terms of their activities in support of the party's nominee? They are opposing him.
Well, and of course, they're the reason that Donald Trump did so well in the primaries, because people want somebody who's going to fight. They're looking for a fighter, not someone who's just going to get along, as the Republicans have done for the most part in Washington, D.C. Look,
as Governor Pence said, are Republicans going to come home? That's what I'm asking you right now. Evangelicals,
yes.
All of them.
I think evangelicals will those sitting on the sideline, maybe not all, but many of them will realize the depth of the corruption, and that we cannot as a nation tolerate another administration that's going to sweep this to the side or expound it. We have to have someone that's going to go into Washington, D.C. and clean up the corruption. And there's only one person in this race that'll do that. That's Donald Trump.
Gotcha. Tony, good to have you here. Good to see you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Tony Perkins.